Alright guys, we are here at the Embassy Suites, Grapevine, otherwise known as DFW-North, and we have an interesting room. It's pretty nice actually, for an embassy anyways. Coming in we have a safe lock reader which is low on battery, latch lock, and a peephole. Pretty standard set of features here. Map with the old embassy logo, pretty standard property. It's just a square with elevators in the center. We are in 1015. Coming in though, it's your standard embassy, actually a bit nicer I would say than most embassies out there because this one's been renovated, so it's newer. We do have a nice big sofa, a little end chair there, a sectional with a TV which might work. No, it does. Usually these TVs will turn on when a guest shows up, but then again, this room, I couldn't get in here till after I was off of work, so oops.
It's a smart one too.
Yep.
I think recently
it has Stay Connect, which is pretty much in every Hilton nowadays. Pretty nice though. Here we do have our air conditioner. It is working and bypassed as usual. You do get a nice table as well with a phone. Some good questions. Oh, they have Emma Bot, my favorite. She is so helpful. I am a gold member, so they did provide some waters. Definitely will come in handy tomorrow before we fly out, because we are actually going to Atlanta tomorrow for a convention, so we're just here right now spending the night. Right here, you do have your typical Embassy Suites minibar setup with a microwave in there, a fridge by Danby right there, and a under-sink area. You also have like a kitchen-type bar sink with the, yeah, it's literally a kitchen sink. That's pretty nice, actually. Nice granite countertop, 2 glasses and an ice bucket, as well as a newer Cuisinart machine. Just your standard issue Hilton stuff, really. I will say the cleanliness here is pretty good, too, compared to some of these other embassies I've stayed in. But you can't use the coat hanger. In here we have the bedroom half of the room. You do have some linens for the pull-out bed. Very light door, actually, very thin for a hotel. Interesting observation, I know. Very modern-looking mirror. You also do have a very nice lamp here. It does look pretty good. All very stylish furniture. This is, I guess, your work desk. It is a little bit worn, but it works. Giant bedroom TV as well, which is a nice bonus. Yep, it works. Also has Stay Connected, which is, I think, nowadays a requirement, honestly, at this point. I will say the parking here is set up pretty well also when it comes to Park and Fly, because I am utilizing the Park and Fly service to make my trip that much easier. It's an LG, so it doesn't want to respond. You do get a chest of drawers. They seem clean enough. 2 very nicely made beds. They look fine to me. Right here we have our view, which is... Oh, would you look at that? We view out into Bass Pro Shops. Interesting. Interesting note, this property was built as kind of the, in quotes, Bass Pro Hotel. So it very much used to follow that theme. They have since renovated the property. It doesn't really look like it anymore. But the exterior still looks pretty Bass Pro-y to me. At one point in time, you would have been able to open these windows. That is no longer a feature of this property, so they bolted them shut. The Embassy in Frisco is actually the same way, which would make sense. They were built by the same person. Here we do have a nightstand with some drawers, an alarm clock, and a lamp. Glass, nice. It's a queen bed lamp, which means it has 2 bulbs independently controlled of different color temperatures. Very good.
I do like the green rim for the windows, actually.
Yeah, very Bass Pro-y.
Bass Pro-y gives it more of an embassy look.
Now this is the bed. We can pull one of these apart. Actually pretty decent sheets, all things considered. It seems clean.
These are soft as well.
I mean, they could have better pillows here. These are pretty crap, but for a night, I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, it ain't gonna, yeah. See these sheets.
They're embassy.
They're soft, so that's good.
They're fine. We'll sleep fine. We got to get up early, though, so really we're only just laying our heads down for the night, then going right back to the airport. Isn't that fun?
Oh, yeah.
Now, here is the bathroom. Now, I will say, you can tell that this fixture they did at some point is kind of falling apart. It's like burning out. That's where the light used to be, probably.
Yeah, especially the top right.
We do have a sink as well. Pretty decent plumbing. Standard issue Hilton soap for embassy. Enough towels to get us through a night, which will be fine. Looks like we get plastic cups.
This is the first thing you dispenser for the soap.
Oh, they do that in a lot of embassies. This one's pretty normal.
Considering this one's nude.
A bar soap would be nice.
Probably recently renovated.
Now this is the shower. It's very gloomy. It looks like a motel shower because it's kind of gloomy, but it works. Typical 0% products like any Hilton. Collet bath fixtures, very good. Yeah, it seems like it works just fine. We can pull this up. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, pretty good flow.
It would have been better if they had the tiny bottles, but you know what? We don't win every battle. Oh, good thing we had the limited liability law in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
They give you something to read while sitting on the toilet. You know what?
Built to be entitled.
You know, well, no, it's when you sit on the toilet, you have something nice to read.
Yeah.
You know, I love a good story when I sit on the toilet.
It's the replacement for magazines.
Yes. Yeah, well, there's your smoke alarm, pretty standard issue for hospitality. And yeah, that was our room here at the Embassy Suites, Grapevine. Looks like we do have another window actually here too, but it's just into the hallway, so.
Most embassies.
Yeah. Though yeah, for an Embassy Suites, this is actually pretty nice. I will say these aren't exactly my favorite brand of hotel, but honestly, for what it is, this isn't a bad place to crash for the night.
Yeah, the recently renovated embassies, honestly, those aren't bad either. Those are bearable.
Yeah, this one's fine. It's nice. Room's a little bit small because if you think about it, it is the standard size of a hotel room. It's just narrower and skinnier, but otherwise it's, or not skinnier, just longer. But it's otherwise literally the size of a standard hotel room. It's just split in half of the bathroom.
Yep.
Though yeah, that was our room here. Not bad. I would say if you're coming to the airport and you need a place to crash, this is a good place to do it. At least you can come in here and know the room's going to be clean, so that's a positive. And yeah, that'll be all for this one.
Yep.
Try to make a voice or video calls is not allowed. We are now almost ready to go, so please take your seat, fasten your seatbelt, stow away your tray table and carry-on items, and ensure the aisles and armrests in the right position.
And we look forward to serving you for another 100 years. Now sit back, relax, and please pay attention to this important safety presentation.
Alright guys, we are back yet again at the Embassy Suites by the DFW Airport. I know, it's very recently I stayed here, but I'm back again because I actually did a park and fly deal, and part of that deal is you spend the first night in the hotel, go to the airport, then you spend another night in the hotel when you come back. Main reason I decided to opt for this particular deal is because my house is actually a little bit of a drive away from here, so since I just got back from a big convention, I'm a bit tired and may or may not have had a few beverages. I thought it would just be a better idea to crash here, you know, play it safe than try to drive home. So here we are. Anyways, yeah, to put it shortly, Embassy Suites is a brand that I tend to have a bit of a rocky relationship with. A lot of them, you know, aren't exactly the best performing in the world. There have been some nice ones I've stayed in, but also some interesting ones and maybe a bit more dumpy ones as well. But this is definitely the nicest embassy I've been in. Coming in though, we do have our standard door here with a security protected peephole, a safe lock RFID lock set with a deadbolt, not automatic though, and then you do get a flip out latch as well. Here's the floor plan. Now we are actually in 1029, which is right here, but I guess they put the wrong room insert in for a queen size room since the embassy queens are actually a little bit bigger. Not by much, but usually by maybe about 50 square feet or so. Or not 50, more like 5 or 10. They're not that much bigger, but they're bigger. You know what I mean. I don't really get measurement. That's not my career path. Yeah. Now this is, again, floor plan. We are on 10. 4 elevators are in the core. Not the best elevator scenario, but it works for an airport hotel. Coming in though, this is, as you can tell, a very newly renovated embassy. Definitely not like some of the others I've been to. You do get some local themed artwork as well to the whole Dallas theme. That's more Fort Worth than it is Dallas, but who am I to complain? Coming in though, we have this nice, I guess, table here for aesthetics. It's also a dresser. It's got some drawers and a very nice piece of modern art up in there. Right here, we actually have our table and desk, pretty standard embassy furniture, as well as a wall-mounted light. That and a couple other lights are controlled with that switch over there. Here is your sign. They use an AI assisted system here. Or I guess you can also just immediately place in your room requests right there as well on a phone, which honestly I think that's actually pretty cool. I prefer that over having to call the front desk, because sometimes the front desk, maybe they don't want to, maybe they're busy or something and they can't get the phone. That's pretty common, especially nowadays that most hotels don't have a dedicated phone department. You do have a sign to tip the housekeeping as well, pretty standard for Hilton, as well as a decently modern room phone that's just plugged in right here. Though I guess you can get internet as well if you wanted it, so that is a nice feature of this property for the few holdouts out there still using plug-in internet on their computer. You do get a sofa as well. It is also a sofa sleeper like most of these embassies. Not sure how clean it is, but I don't intend to use it, so it's all good. I do like the pillows though. I think it looks very nice. As well as a smaller armchair right here as well. And you do have a leather coffee table as well, / leg rest. There's another table with a lamp on it, as well as your room directory right there. Over here we have our standard Embassy Suites wet bar with a trash bin under the sink. Over here I assume it's just some extra storage. Oh no, it's actually the microwave and extra storage. It looks like a Seasons microwave. Haven't seen that brand too much. You do have a decent mini fridge as well. It's cold. 2 $6 bottles of water. It is worth noting they did provide 2 free waters for being a gold member at check-in. You do have some coffee fixings and coffee as well if you would like to have some, as well as the ice bucket presented up there. There is their relay system. Relays are a hospitality radio system that can also track where the radio is. They're probably using that to make sure that people are doing their job. From experience working in a property that used to have radios made by Relay, here is the sink. Only does cold water, but it's your standard Embassy mini or wet bar. Not mini bar. They do not have mini bars in this place. It's not fancy enough. I will say there is a little bit of dirt. It is your typical Embassy, but that's not like actual dirt. That's just the couch fabric coming apart. We do have a TV in here as well. Newer Stay Connected. You do have this new remote as well. We can go ahead and cut that off. These LGs are always so finicky with those remotes. Coming in here, we have our main bedroom. Looks pretty nice. Definitely nicer than your usual Embassy Suites bedroom. You have a little desk right here with a little bench. Light switch that assumingly probably controlled one of these lamps back before the old decor, but obviously that has since been changed, because this used to be the Bass Pro themed Embassy, not so much anymore. In the bedroom, you actually get a larger TV, which I think is actually a bit odd. I would think, honestly, you do it the other way around. Have the bigger TV in the bedroom and the smaller TV or bigger TV in the living room, smaller in the bedroom, because most people would watch it, I would assume, there. Oh, and look at that. It looks like I actually get a bonus remote. As for why it's on top of the mirror, we may never know. It's an Embassy Suites. Yeah, pretty nice, though, honestly. Over here, we actually have a balcony. It's worth noting I've reserved a standard king with a balcony, not a corner king, so I'm assuming this is probably just some upgrade. They maybe ran out of regular balconies, but I'll take it. Coming out on the balcony, though, door slides decently well. Air conditioner does not cut off when you open the balcony, too, which is nice. There's your view. It looks like we just view out into the airport and just the surrounding 121. There's the parking as well. Okay parking situation, though. It is a bit pricey at $20 overnight for self-parking, which... not my favorite. Oh, there's my car down there. Looks like my car survived the park and fly. Very good. You also do have some outlets on the balcony as well if you'd like to plug in and watch a movie on the balcony. Who am I to complain? Close the door. On the nightstand here, we do have 2 lamps. Focus, Sony. Yeah. Looks fine to me. We also do have a newer set of outlets and USB ports that also has a wireless charger. Let's see if it works. Yep, my phone's charging. Yep, it charged my phone, so it does work. In the nightstands, no Bible. That's pretty standard as well. The beds here are interesting because they don't tuck it in. They kind of just drape it over, which I'm not against that, actually. Looks like we have our typical Embassy Suites top cover and set of sheets. You can see how clean it is. It does look pretty clean, though. I don't see any hairs or anything that would indicate it isn't clean. One complaint about this hotel is these tiny pillows. They're really not great. I'm not sure why we use them here, because like every other Hilton doesn't, but Other than the tiny pillows, it's otherwise a nice bed. It's also a king-size bed, which is nice. Though I will say, probably should do a bed bug check, because for those who don't know anything, or don't know much about hotels, airport hotels are actually the most likely place you'll find bed bugs, because they come off luggage. I don't see any evidence of bed bugs yet. This mattress actually looks fairly new, and I don't see any history or anything that might look like we have bed bugs. I'll have to investigate that more later. Though, at least right now, the mattress does seem to be fairly new and clean, so I don't think we'll have to worry about bed bugs in this particular room. Which is good. It means that they're doing their job and doing the protocols. In here, we have our closet. It's not illuminated, but it works. Also have the safe, which is locked for our convenience, so call to engineering, I'm sure would fix that, but it's only here at night, so I'll probably dine in with DoorDash anyways, so no big deal. Yeah, that was the bedroom though, and the living room. Definitely a small bedroom, but it's nice. It's definitely nicer than some of these other embassies I've been in, so we'll take it. Also, like any embassy, you can close off the bedroom half and then make it into a separate area for the kids to run around in. And now let's get into the bathroom. Pretty big bathroom, honestly. And that is a sizable bathroom. It's definitely bigger than the bathroom I had in my other room, which had 2 queen-size beds. Roll of toilet paper, there is another one as well. 3 towels, hair dryer. We do have body lotion and hand soap as well. No bar soap though, which is interesting. Plumbing seems to work fine. Towels are nicely presented. We can go over here to the shower side of things. Shower looks decently nice. I like that we have a tub and not a standing shower. Washcloth and towel or floor mat. Bath products, not my favorite, but you know what? In a place like this, it kind of works. I'm sure I can ask for the smaller ones like any Hilton as well. Not that it matters, because I brought my own, because I went to Atlanta for 4 days, so I needed a bunch of soap. There's your shower head. We can turn it on. Seems like it works to me. Yeah, tub drains fast. No problems there. You know, plumbing's a big thing. One oddity though, apparently they're expecting us to read this while sitting on the toilet or something, because I don't know why you'd put that here and not on the main door. Though yeah, overall, it's a pretty nice embassy. Definitely nicer than some of these other embassies I've been to, so I'll take it. And yeah, hope you guys found this review helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one, but that'll be all.